Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, unbeknownst to my guest, I'm going to give you a little insight. In a conversation with her before this interview, I said to her, you know, when you run for political office, it takes a certain kind of person to do that. And, you know, given your background, you know, what appeals to you about this? And she said to me, she said, well, it's like a puzzle. She said, and it's a real challenge to figure out how to make the pieces fit. Well, I thought that was particularly interesting. And this is my guest. This is Tara Gaston, who is running County Supervisor in Saratoga. So welcome, Tara. Very nice to have you here. That really did strike me. I wrote it down because I thought to myself, again, you know, I joke a lot with people who are running for political office. I usually say to them up front, something wrong? You know, why would you ever want to do this? You know, because you're really hurting cats in a lot of ways, but that desire to make puzzle pieces of the puzzle fit is really very integral to what makes our democracy tick. So, well, first, congratulations on throwing your hat in the ring, but let's get to know you a bit.
Okay.
You've been, you, your husband, your family, been involved in and out of Saratoga for almost a decade, right?
Yes, a little over.
A little. You, by profession, you're a lawyer.
Yes.
Boy, that takes a certain amount of dedication. All right, so you wrap up these kind of things in one nice little basket here, and why are you running?
So I think it's really a place that I can do some good for the community. I come from a background of public service in my family, and I think this is a good way for me to give back to the community that's given so much to my family.
Yeah, I bet. Now, Tara did mention to me that her family being involved in community service, it was in a lot of different ways, right? Police and military, all kinds of things, right?
Yep. Family history of military and law enforcement, a lot of nurses and community helpers, and a few politicians sprinkled in there.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. And you, the lawyer.
Yeah,
what
we
happened there?
have a couple of those, too.
You got a couple of those. Thankfully, we got a couple of those.
Except at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. Sure. Do you have to sit at a separate table?
We do often get shuttled off to the side.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, observing our community for a better part of a decade, that's a very interesting decade. We saw enormous growth. A lot of people would say unbridled growth. A lot of people would say unplanned growth and development. And other people wrap their arms around it like, well, this is prosperity. Where do you dial in on that?
I think that the growth is amazing. There's been a lot of good that's come to the community. But I do think we need to take a step back and start planning a little better for it. I'm a big proponent of planning ahead and making sure that we're setting goals and we're setting milestones and that we're really considering what's beneficial to the community before we welcome all businesses and all growth.
You know, a lot of people immediately would say, okay, well then she has certain constituents or he has certain constituents that they're trying to appeal to. I remember you saying to me before the interview that you're very driven by the word equality. Why?
I think that's my goal, and I think that should be the goal of most residents of the country, much less in Saratoga Springs. All people are deserving of the same rights and the same access and the same representation in our government.
Now, in developing a platform built around those principles, can you name 2 or 3 priorities?
Sure. The 3 words I'm using are health, industry, and infrastructure.
Oh, got it. Okay. Let's dig into each one of those a little bit. Let's hit with industry.
Okay. Industry is, again, planning, making sure that we're bringing businesses that we're not only bringing them here with, you know, benefits and tax incentives, but they're going to give back to the community, and especially that they're sustainable and that they're going to stay here and become part of our community and not just drop in and take advantage of what we have and then find better pastures.
You know, I'm going to add something to that because, you know, a lot of times to attract industry, you provide them with incentives. And there's a point of no return on the incentives, right? In 2 ways. One is that if, let's say it's a tax break or something like that, then the tax break is so big that it actually hurts the community. And then the other thing is that it's almost my God, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but if a tax incentive starts to wind down, what happens to that company? Then you don't have any sustainability, right?
And
so
that can
there's
be a
a balance
significant
you
risk.
got. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Totally agree with you on that. What about infrastructure? How do you see that?
Again, have you noticed we're building a little bit?
Yeah.
And we have been. It's great, but our water and sewer are a little old, and we need to make sure that we are building those and that we have a planned upgrade program so that we're not doing the repairs piecemeal.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us get a little taken aback when we see sudden work done, so let's do planning that both helps everyone get around the city, but also lets people know it's your turn next.
Yes, right.
And also non-traditional infrastructure like broadband, I think it's imperative now for communities to look into that.
Totally agree. We have moved well into that technology age where it is you're handcuffed if you don't have access to the internet, you don't have access to broadband services.
I think the city's been doing a great job. I'd like to see the county get more involved and work more with the city. I think we're really taking the reins that way, and I'd like to drive the whole carriage with it.
Yeah, well, there you go with your puzzle again. We'll give you the pieces, okay, Tara? You can put them all together. It's a real pleasure to get to know you. You're invited back anytime you want to come back between now and Election Day. Allow our viewers to get to know more about you, what you stand for, what you're seeing, what you'd like to accomplish. So please, feel free to come in anytime. Now, just so you understand the structure, there are 5 candidates running for vacancies in Saratoga County's Board of Supervisors. The top 2 vote getters, regardless of party, regardless of affiliation, the top 2 vote getters of the 5 are the ones that will fill those vacancies. Correct?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you, and I'd also like to invite the viewers to check out my website or Facebook to learn more information about the rest of my platform.
Yes, absolutely.
I know we lawyers talk a little bit long, but that way they can find more about the health aspect or anything else they want to learn about me.
Good. What give us a web address?
So the website is www.gastonforsupervisor.com.
Okay, good.
And if you look up Gaston for Supervisor on Facebook or Twitter, you'll also find me.
Okay, so that's gastonforsupervisor.com.
Yes.
Tara, great to see you. See you again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See this interview again. You can head to our website, looktvonline.com.